The nose, often overlooked in casual observation, holds immense psychological depth in the art of facial profiling. It stands at the center of the face, not just physically, but metaphorically as well, representing core aspects of personality such as willpower, goal orientation, emotional control, and the ability to pursue objectives without distraction. In leadership and interpersonal dynamics, the nose reveals a person's relationship with responsibility, structure, and ambition. In this episode, we decode how the shape, size, bridge, and nostrils of the nose reflect behavioral tendencies, especially in professional environments. The length of the nose plays a significant role in understanding how an individual approaches long-term planning and structure. A longer nose often reflects a preference for discipline, routine, and clearly defined systems. Such individuals value order and are typically seen in roles that require strategic thinking, process management, or structured execution. They are rarely impulsive and prefer making decisions based on logic and stability. Conversely, a shorter nose may indicate spontaneity, adaptability, and a preference for fluid environments. These individuals often shine in creative, fast-paced, or entrepreneurial spaces where flexibility is more valued than rigidity. The bridge of the nose tells us about internal focus and self-discipline. A high, straight bridge is commonly found in individuals with strong inner control. They manage their emotions well, don't give in easily to external pressure, and tend to set high standards for themselves. This type of nose structure is often seen in high-performing professionals who carry an intense personal code of conduct. On the other hand, a low or undefined bridge may reflect someone who is emotionally expressive and perhaps more people-focused. Such individuals tend to be empathetic leaders, often making decisions based on emotional harmony rather than pure data or rules. The tip of the nose holds clues about one's relationship with money, reward, and gratification. A fuller, rounder nose tip typically reflects a positive relationship with abundance and financial flow. These individuals are often good at generating and managing resources. They are generous, ambitious, and driven by tangible results. In contrast, a more pointed or sharp nose tip could reflect austerity, caution, and precision. People with this feature are often detail-oriented and careful in how they allocate resources. They may be less emotionally expressive, but are usually highly efficient. Nostril size and shape also contribute significantly to understanding one's behavioral tendencies. Wider nostrils often indicate an open, generous nature. These individuals are typically more comfortable with taking financial risks and are emotionally open in their communication. Narrower nostrils may point to caution, selectiveness, and a need for control. Such people may take longer to trust others, prefer tight control over projects, and are usually more calculated in their approach. In team dynamics, this understanding helps leaders assign roles more effectively, especially in areas involving negotiation, budgeting, or client interaction. The angle and projection of the nose also play a role. A nose that projects outward confidently from the face suggests assertiveness, independence, and a desire to carve one's own path. These individuals are often trailblazers, comfortable with standing alone if it means staying true to their vision. A flatter nose may indicate humility, approachability, and a collectivist mindset. These individuals often excel in roles that require diplomacy, collaboration, and community building. Recognizing this helps in aligning personality with leadership style and organizational culture. In the context of facial symmetry, the nose's alignment gives further clues. A slightly deviated or bent nose may suggest internal conflict, past emotional trauma, or a struggle between logic and emotion. It could also mean the individual has had to adapt often, making their resilience stronger. When symmetry is consistent, it often correlates with mental alignment, clarity of purpose, and consistent performance. These visual signals become especially important in leadership coaching or performance assessment scenarios. We also explore the psychological significance of movement in the nasal region. When someone flares their nostrils while speaking or responding to stress, it's a natural signal of heightened emotion, either excitement, tension, or aggression. Leaders who are aware of these signals in themselves can better manage their responses during difficult conversations or high-pressure meetings. Similarly, those who can spot these micro-expressions in others are better equipped to de-escalate tension or negotiate more effectively. Cultural perceptions of nose shape also factor into our interpretations. In some cultures, a pronounced nose is associated with wisdom and strength, while in others, a salted nose structure may be associated with gentleness and trustworthiness. Understanding these perceptions is critical when working in global teams or leading international negotiations. What appears assertive in one culture might seem abrasive in another. Facial profiling helps decode these nuances and tailor leadership approaches accordingly. Another fascinating insight lies in the base of the nose. A broad base often indicates groundedness and physical stamina. These individuals are typically hands-on, able to handle pressure and maintain energy over long periods. A narrow base may suggest intellectual orientation, emotional sensitivity, and a tendency to reflect deeply before taking action. These distinctions become especially helpful when building high-performance teams, allowing for a mix of thinkers, doers, and feelers. When interpreting a nose in the context of leadership, it's essential to understand that no single shape is better than another. What matters is congruence. Does the nose align with the rest of the face? For instance, a sharp nose on a soft face may indicate a tension between emotional expression and mental discipline. A full nose on a face with narrow features may reflect inner conflict between generosity and control. These subtle contrasts tell us where a person may experience friction and how coaching or role adjustments can bring them into greater alignment. The psychological role of the nose extends even further into how we make decisions under stress. In moments of uncertainty, many people unconsciously touch or scratch their nose, a micro gesture rooted in discomfort or doubt. Observing this behavior in key meetings or interviews reveals when someone is internally conflicted, even if they're verbally confident. Facial profiling isn't about mistrusting people. It's about understanding where support, clarity, or time may be needed to help someone make better decisions. In succession planning or hiring, evaluating the nose structure alongside other facial features gives an added layer of confidence. A candidate with a prominent, aligned nose and a composed bridge likely has the emotional endurance needed for demanding leadership roles. When combined with expressive eyes and a strong jawline, you may be looking at a natural leader, one who is both disciplined and influential. However, if the nose reflects tension or imbalance, further emotional support may be necessary before assigning them high-pressure responsibilities. We also explore how the nose evolves with time. Just like the forehead develops lines, the nose structure may subtly shift with age, reflecting life experiences. People who grow more resilient and confident often see their nasal bridge strengthen or straighten subtly. Those who have experienced deep stress may see tension appear around the base. These are not always visible to untrained eyes, but can be profound indicators when analyzed over time, especially in leadership coaching or personal development reviews. Lastly, we encourage a simple yet powerful exercise. Stand in front of a mirror. Observe your nose. Not with judgment, but with curiosity. What does its shape, size, and angle say about your goals? About how you approach discipline, structure, and reward? Ask yourself, am I too rigid in my pursuit of success? Or too scattered? Is my approach aligned with my values? Or am I trying to force an identity that doesn't belong to me? The nose, at its core, is about direction. Just as it points outward, it reflects what drives you forward or what may be holding you back. Leaders who understand the story their nose tells begin to lead with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose. They stop reacting and start aligning. They stop pushing and start channeling. And that right at the center of the face is the kind of leadership the world needs.